Amid growing tariff pressures and calls from the White House team to cut drug prices, several global pharmaceutical leaders are making substantial investments in U.S.-based manufacturing and R&D infrastructure. These moves not only help secure domestic supply chains, but also offer potential tariff-proofing benefit savings that could range from hundreds of millions to several $billion annually depending on company size and import volumes. Let's examine these investments. Eli Lilly and Company $27 billion investment. Eli Lilly unveiled a $27 billion initiative to establish for large-scale manufacturing hubs across the United States, including a $3 billion expansion in Kenosha, Wisconsin. This investment marks the company's largest ever U.S. manufacturing expansion outside Indiana. By reshoring production, Lilly may shield itself from future tariffs and avoid several $100 million in import-related costs annually. Johnson & Johnson, $55 billion investment. J&J is allocating over $55 billion over the next 4 years toward domestic manufacturing, R&D, and tech innovation. A major highlight is a new 500,000 square foot biologics facility in Wilson, North Carolina, representing a 25% jump over its previous U.S. spending cycle. With much of its pipeline relying on biologics, this shift could result in potential tariff-related cost avoidance in the billions, while supporting compliance with political pressure to reduce drug prices. Roche $50 billion investment. Swiss pharmaceutical giant Roche has announced plans to invest $50 billion in expanding U.S.-based operations, covering both manufacturing and research. This move enhances supply chain resilience and may save the company billions in tariff liabilities over time, particularly as U.S. policymakers demand more domestic sourcing and pricing transparency. Bristol-Myers Squibb $40 billion investment. Bristol-Myers Squibb is committing $40 billion to boost its U.S. capabilities in research, development, technology, and production. With much of its manufacturing previously located abroad, this expansion could eliminate hundreds of millions in potential tariffs annually, aligning with ongoing calls for reduced drug prices and domestic job creation. Gilead Sciences, $11 billion investment. Gilead is increasing its planned U.S. investment by $11 billion, specifically to grow its domestic manufacturing presence. By bringing production stateside, Gilead could significantly reduce exposure to trade penalties, potentially saving over $500 million a year in avoided tariffs and regulatory complications. Regeneron, $3 billion investment. Regeneron has committed over $3 billion to scale its U.S. manufacturing infrastructure. Though smaller in scale, this investment strengthens its ability to bypass international trade disruptions and could contribute to substantial cost avoidance while supporting federal pricing reform efforts. AstraZeneca, U.S. production shift. AstraZeneca is shifting a significant portion of its production to U.S. facilities, aiming to buffer the impact of potential tariffs on foreign-made drugs. While the company hasn't disclosed exact figures, this shift likely translates into hundreds of millions in savings, helping the company comply with political pressure to reduce costs and increase American manufacturing content. These investments underscore the biopharma industry's response to evolving geopolitical and economic landscapes. By diversifying manufacturing footprints and bolstering domestic capabilities, these companies aim to not only ensure supply chain resilience, but also position themselves strategically to navigate future challenges. Moreover, these moves have significant implications for local economies, creating jobs and stimulating growth in the regions where these investments are focused. The pharmaceutical industry's evolution continues to be shaped by global events, scientific breakthroughs, and changing political dynamics. If you found this video informative, please consider subscribing for more updates on global economics. Thank you for watching.